Welcome to Fladgate Sofa to Sofa. I'm Jenny Sargeant. I'm a partner in our real estate team. So on the sofa, we've been looking at the opportunities that emerge as we're coming out of lockdown and how our clients can leverage those opportunities. And as part of this, we've been specifically focusing on the industrial and logistics sector and the accelerating pace behind that sector. And one of our top tips was to look ahead to the tech when making acquisitions, because it's the tech behind that sector that's driving the pace of change. So I'm joined today by Jamie Hamilton, one of our growth capital partners who have significant experience in the food tech sector. Welcome, Jamie.
Thanks, Jenny. Thank you for having me.
So can you tell us a little bit about how tech is changing and impacting the way that food is produced and distributed in the UK?
Well, it's a very broad and fascinating topic, and tech is affecting and changing and being used in every part of the journey of food from seed to fork. In many ways, that's nothing new, and technologies have always been used in the food journey. And one thinks of pasteurization or freeze drying, revolutionary technologies when they came in. But there's no question that in recent years, food tech has seen unprecedented growth and innovation. Now, in part, that is due to advances in technology. Many tech sectors have seen huge growth, but food tech in particular, in addition to those things, has been driven by some of the most pressing existential crises facing humanity, namely the need to feed a growing global population with diminishing resources due to climate change and human exploitation of the earth. And technology is rising to the challenge, shifting consumer behaviors, and the millennial generation in particular are highly engaged in sustainability and environmental issues. And technology is adapting and rising to meet that challenge as well. Just to give some sort of color to this, I was reading some statistics about investments into food tech and agri-tech startups in 2019, which showed that those startups between them raised up to around about the figure of $20 billion worth in investment, which is a 250% increase over 5 years. So it's one of the hottest technology sectors around right now.
And so what are our clients doing here to unlock the opportunities? What are you seeing?
Well, we were fortunate enough to be involved in 2 major transactions in the indoor vertical farming space last year, and I'll just touch on those for a moment. So indoor vertical farming is the use of technology to grow plants indoors. It can be any type of indoors, but the types of real estate that are being used can be anything from warehouses to old shipping containers, to offices, to even people's homes. And the technology will produce the right amount of heat, will drip feed the right amount of nutrients, and the right amount of light to control control the temperature, or control the growing conditions for these plants, and allow them to be produced in a much more space efficient and energy efficient way than traditional farming. So those were both fascinating to be involved in and really exciting deals. Other clients of ours are looking at automated technology in food logistics. So the use of robotics in food production. I did a robotics deal as well last year. Automated warehouses, driverless vehicles, and last mile delivery solutions. And finally, I've done quite a bit of work for a well-known coffee retailer, which has always been pioneering in the use of biodegradable cups and lids for its products.
So that's certainly what we've been seeing so far. But in terms of future predictions, what do you think we're likely to see in the future?
Well, I think I think the growth of the sector will continue, will even increase. Food and agri-tech companies and the sector in general has certainly not been adversely affected by lockdowns. If anything, it's thrived actually. We talked about consumers heading online for their shopping, for example. And so for venture capitalists and other investors looking to find a decent home for their money, this is a very, very hot sector at the moment. So I think we're going to carry on seeing lots of investment, and that will encourage and drive innovation. And I think in terms of specific areas, I think food safety and traceability of food products from source is a very important one, and it's going to be very significant in the post-pandemic age. And I think that automated technology is also really important. I think food delivery, automated food sort of meal preparation and delivery using driverless technology is going to be a big one as well. And now Jamie's fallen over. Fell over.
So I'm asking everyone who joins us on the sofa to give us their top 3 tips. So Jamie, what are your top 3 tips for helping our clients look to leverage the opportunities ahead here?
Okay, so number 1 would be to get clued up and to educate yourself. Now, you can read up all around the sector and about all the different technologies that are being used at different stages. You can attend some of the conferences and exhibitions that are happening online this year. But I think there's really no substitute for speaking to people at the coalface and getting involved in the industry, speaking to the people who are its key players. Speak to your advisors, come and speak to us. We're always happy to share the benefit of our experiences, and generally get yourself clued up. Tip number 2 would be to be tech specific. Identify a part of technology and an area of this whole space that particularly resonates with you and your backers, and that complements your business or your existing portfolio of investments. Now, once our clients have done that, my corporate team and I work very closely with them to deliver a slick and seamless process so that they can complete their investment and get on with realizing the value in their business. And tip number 3 would be to tie down the value. So identify in your target business, where's the drive coming from, where's the innovation coming from, and where's the real value. Usually that's in people. So identify who those people are, make sure they're tied in, make sure they're incentivized, make sure they're happy and motivated. And above all, make sure that the company that you're investing into owns the intellectual property rights in the products that it's developed and that it's looking to market. So always in these deals, I work very closely with our technology specialists, our intellectual property specialists, and our employment specialists to ensure that all the right legal protections are there from our client's perspective.
Well, that's fascinating and really helpful for our clients. Thank you. It's just really fascinating to have that insight that you give into our changing world. So thank you for joining us. And you know, at Fladgate, we do specialise in supporting our clients with the cutting edge of these cutting edge sectors, and being able to wrap that corporate service around our clients so that they can just get on and focus with the nuts and bolts and leave us to drive that transaction forward. And it's certainly really interesting to hear everything you've been working on, Jamie, and you know, you clearly get to be involved in some really interesting transactions. So thank you for taking the time to come to share that all on the sofa today.
You're welcome, Jenny. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.